Hey, this is JC and welcome to Small Brick City. In this video, I'm going to showcase my custom Lego pet shop set 10218. I've done a couple of modifications as you can see. One of the things I did was to transplant the veterinarian's clinic from the Lego corner garage to the second floor of the pet store. I also moved the apartment from the corner garage to the third floor of the pet store, which will serve as the apartment for the vet. I've also redone the interior of the pet shop itself and added some details to the front and the back. So let's get started and have a look. I didn't do any major changes to the ground floor of the front of the pet shop. I did add in this decorated tile which came with the corner garage, acts as an excellent doorknob for the pet shop. I also added some animal treats in this box, and we've got a minifig who's a pet store employee trying to catch a skunk which has run away. For the back, I've added in some detail onto the base plate. I've added in some tiling, including some decoration with small 1x1 tiles over here and here. We've got a playpen for a larger dog and a glass enclosure for a cat. And there's also some cat equipment inside the enclosure. For the second floor, I did do some major changes to the front facade, and that's because I incorporated this large printed glass piece from the corner garage, which is the Dr. Jones Animal Care sign. So I created this entire front panel using a snot technique, and I taught how to do this in a previous video. You can check out the link in the card above or the description below. The rest of the pet shop, at least for the front, is unchanged, as well as for the top, for the top two floors, that is. So now let's look at the inside, and we'll start off with the pet shop itself on the ground floor. Honestly, I can't remember what the original interior was for the pet shop, but I'm sure you can find it online. This is the second time I've kind of redone the interior for the pet shop. I did add in tiles in light tan and blue, and let's start off with the main door. So once you come into the pet shop, you can see playpens on the left. So this is almost like a pet boarding, or maybe pets are for sale. And on the left, there's a spot for a rabbit with a carrot. And on the right, we have a spot for a small dog. And in the center is the washing or grooming area for the pets. And here's the guy I assigned to be the pet cleaner or washer or groomer. And let's see what pet he is grooming. It's a king cobra. Now, it's obviously a very dangerous job being a pet groomer. Over here on the main floor, we have a customer looking at some dog food, animal food, supplements, and various accessories. And over here, we have the goldfish tank that came with the original set. The second floor of the pet shop is more of a custom job, and this is a transplant of the vet's clinic from the corner garage. So I basically took all the small builds and placed them inside, but I did include some white tiling all around just to give it a very clinical feel. There are many of the small builds which I've placed inside. I've added Dr. Jones, who is this gentleman over here. I've also added in a vet's assistant who helps him out, but she's a qualified vet as well, I believe. And over here, I've got some decorated tiles on the wall. I think I also added in, and I did, can you see it? That's the little extra paw print tile, and I put that on his doorknob as well. One thing I did do, and I mentioned this in a previous video, I did shorten this wall, and I created more space basically for the stairs and put in this wedge plate. And that was to balance this out, because when I created the snot technique for the frontage of this main glass for the second floor of the pet store, it ate into the space by one stud, and therefore originally there was 3 studs of space, just like this side over here, for minifigs to climb up the stairs. But because of this extension or the indentation of this particular wall of windows, I had to shorten the wall by 1 stud so that I could create the 3 studs again. So it's just a bit more balanced, there's symmetry, and there's ample space for minifigs to climb up to go up to the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor is custom as well, and it's a transplant of the apartment from the corner garage to this small top floor of the pet shop. And this is Dr. Jones' apartment. Obviously, vets don't make much money in Small Brick City. But this is his tiny apartment, and I managed to squeeze essentially everything that was in the apartment from the 3rd floor into this space. And I'm talking, of course, not so much the TV and the couch on the outside, but basically in the main apartment. So right here, when you come up the stairs, you get a little kitchenette with a stove and a bit of a pantry area. And over this side, we have a tap and a tabletop or counter. There's the bed from the original corner garage, and I also managed to move the entire toilet over, and we'll assume that he has to shower from water from the toilet bowl. When he makes more money and becomes a real doctor, he might get a bigger place. And I also transplanted the wall decoration, that decorated tile, and this train set from the corner garage as well. I hope you enjoyed this look at my fully customized pet shop. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you've done any customization to your own pet shop. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.